Hi guys, welcome to lesson 4.2, settings and permissions for your Google form. So there are times, depending on the kind of form that you're creating, that you'll want certain people to be able to access it, or maybe you'll want to know who they are, or maybe you want to keep it anonymous. Maybe you want it to be a quiz where it's self-graded and there are correct answers. Maybe it's just information collection like a t-shirt size or a party invitation or something like that. So you can adjust the settings and the permissions for your Google form. From up here in the top, there's the settings sprocket. When you click that, there's 3 tabs. The first one is general. Right now, I don't have collect email addresses on, meaning this will be a anonymous. I won't be able to see who has filled it out based on an email or a Google login. If you check that, you are going to see then who filled out your form, especially if you're using this with your kids. So you're definitely going to want that if it's like a quiz, even when we do like homecoming voting, things like that, we want to make sure we collect those so we know not necessarily who voted for who, but that helps us know that each kid only voted one time. This one down here, you can do response receipts if you want people to receive a copy of their responses. So if you want to do that for a quiz to see what they answered, or maybe it's, again, a t-shirt or something, you want people to get a copy of how they actually filled it out, that might be a box you check. This one is we usually have this on when we're doing any kind of thing with our students. Only 264 users can use the form. If we want the form to be available to outside folks, so let's say you were going to have a form that was on your website and you wanted parents to fill it out, we would want to make sure that we uncheck that box so that more than just our USD 264 users can get to that form or submit their responses. Limit to 1 response. That's usually what we want to do, especially on any kind of voting, maybe quizzes. And then you can also choose that if somebody can go back and edit it or see summary charts and text responses. This is what we want to be careful with here on the summary charts. If you click this, people can see effectively a cumulative total as they go through. So just make sure you know what you're doing when you check these boxes down here. If we flip over to presentation, you can choose some options about like the progress bar, in other words, how far they are through the form. Shuffle question order if you wanted the questions to mix around randomly. That might be something you would be interested in sort of a quiz or test setting. And then you can show the link to submit another response. So if you're allowing more than 1 response at the end, you can have a link that says, I want to fill this out again, or I want to go again for another response, and then a custom message there. If you are doing this in a graded fashion, the last one is quizzes. So right now I don't have this on quizzes, but if I want to make it a quiz, I can flip this over to a quiz here, and then it allows me, and we've looked at this once already with this locked mode, and we did Google Classroom, I can flip on the locked mode here. If I do that, this can only be filled out on Chromebooks, so that really is restricted to our students. I can choose when I want to release the grade, and then I can also choose some custom options for what they see immediately when they're done about the missed questions or the correct answers to the point. So you can customize that there. When you do make this a quiz, as you build your questions, then it's going to have an option for you to choose the correct answer. If it's not a quiz and you're just information gathering, there will be no correct answer checkbox. So that's the difference between a quiz or a non-quiz in terms of how you're building the form. So those are some custom settings and permission controls for your Google form.